This is your High Desert Sports Report, the Victor Valley's only weekly action highlights sports program, covering our area's schools, teams, athletes, and sporting events. Oak Hills comes from behind in the fourth quarter and outlasts Adelanto in a clash of two High Desert Titans at the Dog Pound. Michael Miller scores 12 of his game-high 24 in the fourth quarter in the 56-55 victory over the Saints. 6'7" Nakai Williams pulls down 20 rebounds. Isaiah Hydra scores 10 of his 12 the second half. Michael Miller hits what proves to be the game winner with 13 seconds remaining.
Michael, what made the difference in this game tonight?
Towards the end of the game, we came together and came as a team and executed well, and that's what made us win this game tonight.
Kajon Wolf leads Adelanto with 19 points. The Saints led by 5 midway through the fourth before the Bulldogs surge ahead. Michael Miller and Isaiah Hyder trade big baskets down the stretch.
I think the defense in the second half, and we came out with more intensity, being more physical. In the first half, we weren't really getting anything, so we came out in the second half and made a difference.
These instant replay scoring highlights and sound bites presented by Desert High Transportation. Extended action highlights and pre-game comments from Saints coach Kimo Brown straight ahead. Stay tuned. Desert High Transportation brings you this video sports action highlights report. Desert High Transportation provides reliable and dependable non-emergency transportation for ambulatory and wheelchair passengers. Call 760-998-1487 to set up your appointment. Granite Hills hosting Oak Hills. Both teams coming in with winning records. The Cougars open the season with 4 wins in their first 5 games.
Coach, what are some things that have helped you guys get off to such a good start?
The focus on defense. Defense has been our drive. Defense is what we talk about. We really focus on building our team through defense. And beyond that, leadership. We've had guys step up in roles and become leaders. And we're just pushing, trying to be the best Granite Hills basketball team we can be.
Bulldogs off to a good start. What are some ingredients that have helped you guys get off to a good start, John?
Great teamwork, and then our youth has finally come together. Last year we were really young, and a lot of my young kids, my freshmen, sophomores, are really picking it up. I actually have senior leadership, and they're starting to follow along. Our defense has been playing really good, and just the pure teamwork has been just amazing. It's been a fun trip so far, so hopefully we can keep it going tonight.
Oak Hills starters are Isaiah Hyder, 4. Michael Miller, 5. Samaj Blocker, 14. Augie Lua, 20. Nakai Williams, 22. Cougars on defense, Darius Patterson, 10. Larry Jewett, 1. Kason Smith, 2. Jalen Turner, 3. Leonardo Rios, 15. This game-opening sequence reveals a lot of what is in store. The Bulldogs beating the Cougars to the ball and winning the battle under the boards. Samaj Blocker pulling down the second offensive rebound. Oak Hills sets up again against the Cougars' zone defense. Michael Miller gets his second drive shot to fall. The 6'2" sophomore is the Bulldogs' leading scorer on the season. Michael Miller converts the free throw for the three-point play, and the Bulldogs are on their way. Granite Hills has 5 players averaging in double figures coming in, but it is the Bulldogs this night with 5 players scoring in double figures. Samaj Blocker hits the offensive board and scores 10 points, 8 rebounds this game for the 6'1" sophomore. The Cougars have no answer for 6'7" Nakai Williams. 10 rebounds this night. The senior co-captain will score 13 this game. Isaiah Hyder wrestles the ball away, sizes up the Cougars' defense, drives into the paint, and scores. Isaiah Hyder, 5'8", senior floor general and co-captain. He scores a season-high 16 this night. Augie Lua drives baseline and puts it in. 10 points this game for the 6'2" senior. Isaiah Hyder manages the clock to perfection, driving the lane and putting it up and in as the buzzer sounds, ending the first quarter. The Oak Hills lead is 20-9. The Bulldogs score the first 11 points of quarter number 2. Michael Miller hits from outside. Darius Patterson breaks the Cougars' second quarter drought. The 5'8" junior is one of 2 Cougars averaging 15 points a game. The other is Jalen Taylor. The 6'4" sophomore is coming off a 17-point performance in Granite Hill's win over Excelsior 2 nights prior. Larry Jewett pushes it up court, shoots the assist to Kason Smith. Larry Jewett, 5'8" senior co-captain, he averages 10 points a game. Kason Smith, the 6'5" sophomore, averages 14 points a game. The Bulldogs go on to improve to 5-3 with the 79-37 win. Granite Hills is now 4-2. Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Drive. Bid fast and last, sold on supporting High Desert Sports. Midway Home Solutions in Victorville, providing highest quality home appliances at discount prices for 6 decades. Valu Quality Truck Body, family owned and operated since 1954. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. Greiner Buick GMC in Victorville. Greiner always has the best damn used cars, period. Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problem. Desert High Transportation, reliable and dependable non-emergency transportation for ambulatory and wheelchair passengers. High Desert Sports Training, where athletes of all ages, all sports, girls and boys, improve speed, quickness, endurance, and strength on state-of-the-art equipment. And by the Community Table Restaurant in the Holiday Inn in Victorville, supporting High Desert teams, athletes, and sports programs. It was a clash of the Titans, High Desert Hoops style, when Oak Hills takes on Adelanto. Oak Hills, the Bulldogs, winners of 5 of their first 8. The Saints coming off a tournament championship in the Sierra Vista tourney, coming in with a 7-1 record.
Man, well, luckily for me, I have some really smart kids. 6 of my kids made honor roll. I have 4 kids right now with a 4.0. So they're buying into the game plan, being unselfish, and competing every night.
Adelanto starts Raheem Ramsey, 0. Darian Johnson, 13. Kyler Harvey, 35. 11 is Le'Veon Harris, 3. Kajon Wolf, who's 3, opens the scoring. Isaiah Hyder, 4. Michael Miller, 5. Samaj Blocker, 14. 20 is Augie Lua. Nakai Williams, 22, battling under the boards and scoring the Bulldogs' first basket. Michael Miller's drive shot gives Oak Hills the lead, 4-3. Isaiah Hyder's jumper ties the game at 7 at the 3-minute mark. First of 12 points for the senior floor general this night. The Bulldogs regain the lead as Isaiah Hyder completes the 3-point play. Michael Miller fights through a trio of Saints, regains control, and puts the Bulldogs up 10-7. Kajon Wolf floats like a butterfly and stings the Dogs with this basket, pulling the Saints within 1, 10-9. No shortage of outstanding defensive plays. Kajon Wolf, this steal. The defensive intensity is fierce, fighting for rebounds, vigorous. 6'5", Kyler Harvey. Then Darian Hall shedding Michael Miller, who hits the court hard. Augie Lua, the block. Darian Hall gets it back and scores, and Adelanto is back on top, 11-10. Bulldogs around the perimeter of Adelanto's zone. Samaj Blocker detects a seam into the paint, and it's another lead change. Samaj Blocker, 6'1", sophomore. An Oak Hills blocked shot, Nakai Williams, a Bulldog steal, Augie Lua, in this sequence, with time winding down in the first quarter. Samaj Blocker into the front court to Isaiah Hyder, who surveys the defense. Andrew Pont shoots what becomes an assist to Nakai Williams, who is a very good shooter from out. He is just inside the 3-point line. The first quarter ends with Oak Hills up by 3, 14-11. Darren Atkinson goes baseline and scores the first points of quarter number 2. Darren Atkinson, 6'2", sophomore. Kejon Wolf, soft touch for 2, and Adelanto goes ahead 15-14. Raheem Ramsey up court to Darian Hall, 6 unanswered points for the Saints. It's 17-14. Adelanto holds Oak Hill scoreless through the first 6 minutes of the second quarter. The Bulldogs finally score on the putback. Michael Miller hits back-to-back baskets as the Bulldogs go on a 6-2 run and regain the lead 20-19 with 1 minute showing before halftime. Kyler Harvey hits Darion Johnson invading the paint and gets it back. Adelanto scores the last 4 points of a very low-scoring first half. Saints 23, Bulldogs 20 at halftime. Kyler Harvey gets the finger roll to fall. Nakai Williams from Augilua, the big men, score the first points of the second half. It's 25-22 Saints. Bulldogs pressure defense. Michael Miller to the basket. Then he's slapped with a technical. The Kejon Wolf free throw makes it 26-24 Saints. Michael Miller answers with the drive shot, and it's tied at 26. Darian Johnson pushes it up court and dishes off to Le'Veon Harris. The 6'5 senior gives the Saints the lead 28-26. We are midway through the third quarter. Nakai Williams from outside, tied at 28-14 this night for the 6'7 senior. Kejon Wolf for 2 for the 5'8 senior who was MVP of the Sierra Vista tournament. Nakai Williams, we are tied at 30. 32-30 Bulldogs as Augilua scores in the paint. Adelanto calls timeout with 2:43 to go in the third. 33-32 Saints on Darian Johnson's 3. All 10 of Darian Johnson's points come in the second half. 36-32 on Kyler Harvey's 3. 13 this night for Kyler Harvey, who averages 20 points a game. Adelanto mounts their biggest lead of the game at 7, cashing in at the free throw line. Kyler Harvey's free throw looks to end third quarter scoring, but no, the Saints are called for fouling Isaiah Hydr on the desperation shot at the buzzer to Coach Kimo Brown's disbelief. And the score at the end of 3 is 39-34, Saints by 5. Get set for a high-scoring fourth quarter. The Bulldogs will score more points in the fourth quarter than they did in the entire first half. Michael Miller's 3 cuts Adelanto's lead to 2, 39-37. Darian Johnson, the steal, batting it away. He breaks up court and gets the pass from Kejon Wolf. Saints by 4, 41-37. Darian Johnson coming off a 19-point game in the Sierra Vista Finals. Nakai Williams on one of Isaiah Hydr's 5 assists, 41-39. Saints lead back up to 5 on Kejon Wolf's 3. He scores 19 this night. Kejon Wolf had a career-high 26 in the Sierra Vista semifinals victory. Augilua underneath. Bulldogs within 3, 44-41. Nakai Williams, one of his 20 rebounds to Isaiah Hydr all the way to the hoop. The Adelanto lead is cut to 1. Darion Johnson from Kejon Wolf, the 3 puts Adelanto back up by 4, 47-43. Before Michael Miller fires the cross-court assist to Isaiah Hydr, whose 3 reduces Adelanto's lead to 1. It is 47-46 with 3.5 minutes to go. The defense making the difference. Augilua with the block. Isaiah Hydr up court to Michael Miller, who is fouled. His free throws put the Bulldogs back on top, 48-47, 3 minutes on the clock. Kejon Wolf, the steal. Isaiah Hydr atones, standing his ground and drawing the charging foul. Then the 5'8" senior puts Oak Hills up by 3 when he penetrates, waits for the traffic to clear, and puts it in. With 1:20 to play, it is 50-47. The lead is 5 with under a minute to go when Michael Miller follows his miss, gets it back from Andrew Pont, and scores. Darian Johnson sinks a pair of free throws to pull Adelanto back within 3, 52-49. Darian Johnson averages right at 10 points a game, and that's what he finishes with this night. Michael Miller looks to ice it when he scores on the midcourt assist from Andrew Pont. It is 54-49 with 27 seconds to play. Alivion Harris cuts it to a 2-point deficit with the 3. The 6'5" senior averages 15 a game. It is 54-52 with 20 seconds to go following the Saints' timeout. This proves to be the game-winning basket. Michael Miller on another excellent full-court pass from Andrew Pont. 56-52, clock running, down to 13 seconds. John Wolf from beyond the arc, 56-55, and that's where the scoring ends. An instant classic, a true cliffhanger between two of the best teams in the high desert.
Isaiah, what made the difference in this game tonight?
I think the defense in the second half, and we came out with more intensity, being more physical. In the first half, we weren't really getting anything, so we came out in the second half and made a difference.
Towards the end of the game, we came together and came as a team and executed well, and that's what made us win this game tonight.
Good job, especially down the finish. Congratulations. Thanks for these comments.
Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Drive. Bid fast and last, sold on supporting High Desert Sports. Midway Home Solutions in Victorville, providing highest quality home appliances at discount prices for 6 decades. Valu Quality Truck Body, family owned and operated since 1954. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. Greiner Buick GMC in Victorville. Greiner always has the best damn used cars, period. Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problem. Desert High Transportation, reliable and dependable non-emergency transportation for ambulatory and wheelchair passengers. High Desert Sports Training, where athletes of all ages, all sports, girls and boys, improve speed, quickness, endurance, and strength on state-of-the-art equipment. And by the Community Table Restaurant in the Holiday Inn in Victorville, supporting High Desert teams, athletes, and sports programs. Oak Hills defeats their third Desert Sky League opponent in a week. Michael Miller and Isaiah Hydra, 17 points apiece, as the Bulldogs roll past and roll over Barstow. The margin of victory over the visiting Aztecs, 29 points, and a third straight game holding their opponents to 55 points or less. The Aztecs trade baskets in the early going and go up 6-5 on Ali Anker's drive shot, the ball on the rim before dropping in as if a pinball machine. Augie Lua hits the offensive board and scores on the reverse layup, giving the Bulldogs a 1-point lead, 7-6. What is Augie Lua's role?
What is your role on this team, Augie?
Well, like you said, I just mainly try to play defense, help my team get open. I don't really try to be selfish. I just try to let the best of the team to hope we can win, do whatever we can to win.
Ali Anker from beyond the arc, Eric Satterwhite, the assist. The Aztecs go ahead 9-7. Andrew Pont, no harm, no foul, although the steal puts Barstow's lead in harm's way. The basket ties the score at 9 with 2 minutes to play in the opening quarter. The physical play probably contributes to Barstow's retaliation. Elijah Moore blocks the shot to Isaiah Hydra, who was fouled hard and deliberately. The shot falls as Isaiah Hydra goes down hard. He goes off, though soon to return. This technical foul free throw is good by designated shooter Arthur Larry. Arthur Larry's inbounds assist to Andrew Pont. Oak Hills is on their way to outscoring the Aztecs 11-2 over the last 2 minutes of the first quarter. Nakai Williams to Samaj Blocker, who makes it 16-9. Samaj Blocker again. Samaj Blocker, 6'1", sophomore. End of the first quarter, 18-11. Bulldogs balanced scoring. 6 Bulldogs score in that 18-point quarter. How problematic is the Oak Hills pressure defense for the Aztecs? This sequence speaks to that. Samaj Blocker finally comes up with the steal and brings it coast to score the first Oak Hills points of the second quarter. Samaj Blocker scoring the last 6 Bulldogs points. It is 20-13. The Bulldogs' takeaway defense extends the lead to double digits on Michael Miller's steal and breakaway. This Isaiah Hydr 3 fuels Oak Hill's 10-0 run, which extends to 13 unanswered points when Samaj Blocker follows and scores. It is 31-13 with 4.5 minutes to go before halftime. Andrew Punt hits the offensive board and puts it in. Andrew Punt, a 6-foot junior. We have seen more than once that Isaiah Hydr is often good for the final points of a quarter, and that is the case here, ending the first half with the basket giving Oak Hills a 40-28 lead at the intermission. Augie Lua captures the near steal, turns baseline, and dishes it off to Nakai Williams, the 6'7" senior, scoring the first points of the second half.
What's your role out there, Nakai?
My role as me is to be aggressive, as most aggressive as I can, push the pace, move bodies, rebound, and just get the W at the end of the day for my team, because that's all I'm trying to do is win. I'm a winner.
Augie Lua hits the short jumper, and the Bulldogs have the first 4 points of the third quarter. Augie Lua, 6'2", senior. Andrew Pont is having his best offensive night of the young season, and nothing gives a shooter more confidence than getting it right back after getting it into your low post. Andrew Pont drills the 3. 10 points this night for Andrew Pont. Nakai Williams pulls down the offensive rebound and scores. Elijah Moore stays with it under the offensive board and puts it in. Elijah Moore, a 6'5" junior. We have seen Augie Lua get creative when he is in the paint, and he shows that creativity again, putting it in with his back to the basket. Nakai Williams passes as well as any big man. Michael Miller, recipient of this assist. Bulldogs up by 20. 58-38. Michael Miller, 2 baskets in rapid succession. Bulldogs lead is 60-38 at the end of 3. Andrew Pont opens fourth quarter scoring. Michael Miller the assist. The sophomore, Michael Miller, prefers shooting his layups left-handed, as shown here. We see 3 other things Michael Miller does very well in this sequence: stealing the ball, navigating through heavy traffic, and, when fouled, hitting his free throws. 10 unanswered points, and the Oak Hills lead is 28. 6 minutes remain in the game. Non-starters play out the rest of the way. Garrett Johnson is a 6'3" sophomore. The victory, the Bulldogs' 4th in a row. They are now 7-3.
Okay, what did you like best about the way the Bulldogs played tonight?
Well, I like that at first we weren't coming together, but at the end we pulled it off like we always do, and we just kept working hard and kept going.
What did you like best about the way the team played tonight, Nakai?
First half we didn't start off too good, but the second half we moved the ball, we communicated, and talking is key, man. So rest of the way and longer the games, that's what we're going to try to do: communicate and work as a team.
The Oak Hills Bulldogs defeat 4 ranked Desert Sky League opponents in 8 days, polishing off the blitz of DSL foes with a Friday the 13th overtime victory over Victor Valley. Nakai Williams, Oak Hill's 6'7" inside force, proves himself the premier big man in the high desert. 25 points and 20 rebounds in the 85-82 win over the Jackrabbits. 5 Bulldogs score in double figures in the home court triumph over Victor Valley. The undersized Jackrabbits overcompensate with sniper-like accuracy from long range, battling back throughout to send this game into overtime. Mark Miller, 3 from the corner. Mark Miller, 6-foot sophomore, 17 this night. Nakai Williams pulls down one of his 20 rebounds, and the Bulldogs head up court. The 6'7 senior runs the court, hits the offensive board, and scores the first Oak Hills basket and the first of his team-high 25. Augie Lua comes up with the offensive rebound, changes direction, goes baseline, and scores 10 points this night for the 6'2 senior. Keshawn Bazile runs it down as Brandon Dumas breaks down court. The 5'9 sophomore hits the drive shot, first of his 14 points. Isaiah Hyder to Augie Lua. Entry pass to Nakai Williams, who shoots the assist to Augie Lua. Bulldogs have their first lead, 13-12, with 2 minutes to play in the opening quarter. The Jackrabbits regain the lead on the Brandon Dumas 3. Keshawn Bazile hits the straightaway jumper, 17-14 Jackrabbits. The 6-foot sophomore again, and it's a 5-point Victor Valley lead. Michael Miller dishes off to Nakai Williams. Brandon Dumas answers to end first quarter scoring, Victor Valley 21, Oak Hills 16. The Bulldogs win the battle under the boards. Samaj Blocker scoring 10 this game for Samaj Blocker. Number 22, Nakai Williams, gives Oak Hills 2 more points, and the Bulldogs are back on top, 22-21. The Oak Hills lead is 24-21 on the Nakai Williams basket underneath. 5'8 Isaiah Hyder gets the offensive rebound, and it is 28-21. 12 this game for Isaiah Hyder, 10 unanswered points for the Bulldogs to start the second quarter. Mark Miller, 3. Jackrabbits sharpshooters shoot the Rabbits back into the game. Another 3 from the 6-foot sophomore, and the visitors regain the lead. .32 is Angelo Mastandria, who will hit a critical go-ahead layup in overtime. Michael Miller free throws seal the win. 14 points this game from the Bulldogs' leading scorer on the season. Coach Sean Mora's Bulldogs improved to 8-3. Oak Hills began the week ranked 8th in CIF Division 4 AA. The Jackrabbits, who are ranked 3rd in CIF Division 5 AA, are now 9-4. Oak Hills began the week beating Adelanto by 1 point, 56-55. The Saints ranked number 5 in CIF Division 3A. The Bulldogs followed 2 days later with a 79-50 win over Barstow. The Aztecs ranked 11th in Division 4 AA. Oak Hills began their blitz of Desert Sky League teams by beating Granite Hills 79-31. The Cougars, the 4th ranked team in CIF Division 5A. Every team in the DSL is ranked in the first CIF poll of the season. The defending DSL champion, Silverado Hawks, number 15 in 3AA. Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Drive. Bid fast and last, sold on supporting High Desert Sports. Midway Home Solutions in Victorville, providing highest quality home appliances at discount prices for 6 decades. Valu Quality Truck Body, family owned and operated since 1954. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. Greiner Buick GMC in Victorville. Greiner always has the best damn used cars, period. Iwanzak Law Firm. Trial lawyers for serious problem. Desert High Transportation. Reliable and dependable non-emergency transportation for ambulatory and wheelchair passengers. High Desert Sports Training, where athletes of all ages, all sports, girls and boys, improve speed, quickness, endurance, and strength on state-of-the-art equipment. and by the Community Table Restaurant in the Holiday Inn in Victorville, supporting High Desert teams, athletes, and sports programs. This is your High Desert Sports Report, the Victor Valley's only weekly action highlights sports program, covering our area's schools, teams, athletes, and sporting events.